Hello, everybody. Whoa, oh, oh.
Welcome back to what's our other side lifestyle podcast with Jim and
The A and
Aram.
W. It's the A and
If
W podcast.
if you put that back, if you're watching on YouTube, you'll be able to see the can Aram is showing A&W ice cream sundae, zero sugar. So does it taste kind of like a root beer float? Is that the idea?
It's chocolate forward.
Okay.
It's like
Does it have
it would
hints
be
of oak?
maple. Maple. I don't know. It's good. It's not. I know what they tried to do. I think they tried to make it like an ice cream, like a melted ice cream sundae
That's where you just put the root beer over top of a vanilla pre-made protein shake.
or
So
creamy.
good.
Yeah,
So
it's
good.
probably better. I mean, this is good. It's another good diet soda flavor. Like I get sick of like Coke Zero, and
Yeah.
I've kind of had my fill of Dr Pepper Zero cream soda. That one's good too.
You mentioned
Uh,
creamy. You mentioned
yeah,
the creamy. You have
yeah,
one, right?
yeah.
Yeah. So my new go-to mix-in. This is a
Mix in.
mix-in game changer for all you creamy people out there listening. Pretzel sticks are like small pretzels
Ooh.
just crumbled up. I'll just break a bunch on top, mix it in. Oh my god!
And then do you reblend it? Do you rerun the creamy?
Well, I hit the mix-in button.
Okay, because
So I
I guess that's.
typically, if
I
mine's
haven't done that stuff yet. I haven't
yeah,
gotten so good at it yet to where I know how to.
here's what everybody needs to know about the creamy. All right, so let's just say you do have it frozen for 24 hours, like so it's a legit frozen one. You do the light ice cream if it's a low calorie, high protein shake,
And
which most of
you
us.
let it sit on the counter first before you do that.
I'll let it sit, or I'll run hot water around
That just expedites the process.
yeah, just to get like the edges a little bit melted. But even if they're not, it's kind of like a little that stuff that you slide off the side. That's kind of
Okay.
crunchy, because it wasn't melted. It's fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would run water over for a little bit or let it sit out, whatever it is. And all that's doing is just getting the stuff off on the sides, on the wall of the thing,
Got
to
it.
not be stuck on the wall. That's all that's really doing. Otherwise, you get that kind of thin layer around the whole cup. But you just scrape that up. It gives it a different texture. It's not the worst thing. But yes, so a little bit of defrost, light ice cream setting. I run that once. If I want it to be more like a blizzard texture, like that, really creamy, not like thick ice cream, but like a blizzard, like Dairy
Yeah.
Queen. All right. I need more. I need a facial expression that shows that you understand what I'm saying.
I'm trying. It has been so long since I've had a blizzard because they usually give me the shits.
Yeah. Yeah. So, well, if you want that, like a McFlurry, a blizzard kind of texture, I'd take it out, add a splash of milk, and hit the respin button.
And that just softens it.
That just, yeah, it's going to smooth it out, makes it a little softer. That's what's going to give you that blizzard texture, McFlurry texture, whatever. Then I add the mix in, and I hit the mix in button. So it's light ice cream, respin, mix in. So 3 blends it's getting.
Oh, okay.
If I want it to be a thicker ice cream, I don't want that McFlurry
No
blizzard
respin.
texture, no respin.
So you go light ice cream and then right to
and
mix
then
it.
mix it, and mix in smooths it out. When you just do the light ice cream setting, it's a little like funky looking on the top. Like
Yeah.
it's not smooth at all. When you do the mix in or the respin, it smooths it all out. So if you want it thicker, light ice cream, and then mix in if you're adding a mix in.
Now,
You could do mix in again and without adding a mix in just to get it smoother. But
do you always have a couple of containers in the chamber? Like, do you always have a few in the freezer? Or are you making them
I
in
did for a
multiple
little.
batches?
Yeah, I did for a little while where it's like I'd make it, I'd eat it, I'd make my one for the next day.
Okay, so that way you always have one on deck.
Always have one that's ready. Yeah. But I have not been doing that consistently lately. Like I had a creamy a couple days ago, but I haven't made my next one yet.
Yeah, I don't. To me, I think what'd you pay? Like 300. It wasn't even $300,
It was
right?
less than 200. It
Yeah.
came with like 3 cups, the one I got from Sam's Club instead of the
Yeah.
typical 2.
For anybody that has kids, for anybody that's got the nightly like sweet munchies, which most people have, it's such a no-brainer.
Oh my god. Oh, and then the other go-to things, the frozen grapes
Yeah.
with the Jello gelatin powder. That So I rinse the grapes, pull them all off, put them in a gallon-sized freezer bag, dump a couple. If it's a big batch of grapes, dump like 2 Jello gelatin, like cherry flavor I like, or 1 lime, 1 cherry. You get this cherry lime flavor. Just shake the whole bag up, put it in the freezer, and then bananas. I'm slicing them up. So like thin little pieces, put it on like wax paper, and then put another piece of wax paper on top. I could fold it up and put it in the freezer, and just little pieces of frozen banana. That ends up being the same texture as ice cream.
Wow. Yeah, I mean that's that little shit that like I think can really save, because where do most people go wrong? Most people go wrong with not realizing how much they consume when they eat out, and then the unmonitored post dinner snacking.
It's this week was the first time I got any kind of snacks. I'm like, let me get some Siete chips. Like I've been really good at my calories. Some of my days I'm a little under. I have room to have some, and I got some lesser evil popcorn, because you could have like a big cereal bowl of that popcorn. It's like 120 calories.
Okay.
And I freaking had 1.5, 2 servings of the chips with some salsa, and then I ended up having the serving of popcorn. And I'm like, I could have sat there and just kept on going. I'm like, when that stuff's in the house, it's just too easy for me to just snack, and I'm not interested in snacking.
Well, and the nice thing about, well, you got to think too, right? Like most, like I have, you're what, about 2,300 calories right now?
No, I cut down to 1950.
Okay, so that's a great example, because think about it. Like I'm at 3,200 with about 400 grams of carbs. Where your calories are 19, and how many grams of carbs?
180.
Okay,
Protein's
so
at 200, fats at 50.
so like that's not that far off from a lot of the women that I work with.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a little bit higher. Like maybe you got 150, 140 carbs, so you got 80 more or 60 more. But the fact that you're able to fit in some of these, let's call them treats, and you're doing it in a way where you're not also feeling deprived while eating less. Well, rather actually eating more. If anything, you're eating more volume.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, and I have not felt deprived at all. I mean, if
Yeah.
I had like I just haven't had any. I'd say the only craving that I could possibly imagine myself getting is like a nice bakery donut. And I would go
Okay.
have one if I wanted one. But
Right.
it's 300 plus calories. It's a decent dent in the day. I'm not going to eat that first thing. I'm going to maybe save that for later in the day. I
Right.
eat that early. I'm hungry an hour and a half later and, fighting it. But yeah, go ahead. You said
No, but I mean, that's a perfect example of where I think strategy behind eating and why it's so important to quantify food. Like so many people are resistant against the process of quantifying food. And it all ties back into the idea that they're also not cooking as much as they should be.
yeah.
Like, if you're not preparing most of your own food, then it is a nightmare to track. I get it. Like, I can see why people are resistant to trying to estimate meals out. Because let's say you go out to dinner with a group of people and you're having a few of these and a few of those and a bite of this and a bite of that. How do you actually track that versus if you go to Chipotle and you get a bowl, or you go to Seasons 52, or you go to Eddie V's where they have the calories and the macros on the online menu? Now it's a little bit easier. But even though it's tedious, which I think admittedly for all of us it probably is, like I don't think about how tedious it is anymore just because it's so automatic to me.
Yeah, the most tedious part for me is when I want to like weigh something on this counter, but the
Yeah.
scale is on the opposite counter on the opposite corner. I'm like,
I
want
have
to bring the
I
food
have
over
two
there
scales.
and just bring the scale up. You have 2 scales.
I have 2 scales. I have one long counter split by a stove and a sink, and I have a scale in between the stove and a sink, and then a scale on the other side of the sink.
Yeah, my kitchen's like I have an L shaped on one corner and then the opposite corner another L shape.
So put scales on both sides.
Yeah, I should do that. I hate that extra 7 steps. I sometimes just want to throw my hands in there in the air and quit all of it when I have to walk 8 feet to get the scale. I'm like, you know what? What am I doing with my life?
It's not worth it.
It's not worth it. I'm just gonna blow up.
And my
get
calorie
depressed.
expenditure is, you're in starvation mode already.
Yeah, that's why I'm holding on to so much fat.
And then because your activity is getting so high, you're burning less calories.
And it's mostly all muscle.
Right.
Burning. Yeah.
It's catabolic as hell. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I can see why the frustration is built up and why you want to quit.
Yeah, but 2 scales would be the solution. But you know what? I'm unwilling to try that, so I'll just quit. That is a waste of money. All right, I got to meet my friends over at Seasons 52. I'll talk to you later.
Yeah, $150 later.
Yeah, that's the one
Uh,
good thing. And I for a while, how much it is to go out to eat. Like, I mean, I use the pizza as a reference. I mean, the fact that a pizza delivered is $20 minimum is
it's way more than that.
it's minimum. It's going to cost you
Where are
20.
you getting a $20 pizza delivered?
Most of the pizza places around here are in that $15 range, and then like
That's
delivery
everything
fee.
all in? That's not all in.
Just one cheese pizza, $15. Correct. It's very
So a
rarely going.
large cheese pizza delivered to you, all in.
Is at least $20 minimum. That's what I'm saying, all in. Because if it's a $15 pie and they're charging a few bucks for delivery, and then you add the tip, whatever. I mean, low 20s. But I never order one large pizza, so I couldn't tell you exactly what it is. It's like I'm gonna get some wings. If I'm getting this, I got to try the place's wings. You know.
Well,
But
okay, so you're
typically, if
not.
it's just one large pie, I'll go pick it up. I'm like,
So
I'm
you're
not
not.
having one pie delivered. Not
So you're
paying
not.
this
You're not
delivery
ordering
fee.
from like a Grubhub or a Postmates.
No,
You're
I don't
ordering
use. I've never. I've used
directly
Uber.
from the restaurant.
Yeah, directly from
They
the
still do
place.
that. That's got to be a Jersey. They don't do that in California.
Shut up! You can't
I.
call. We have one pizza place here where you cannot call. You have to go online and order it. It's through their website, and they have like whatever. They have some ordering app that's connected to it. But Clover, I don't even know. But yeah, it's the only one. And he has this thing explaining it. It's like then it is never our fault if a pizza's wrong. It's not the person who wrote it down wrong or anything like this. You ordered it. We have a digital footprint of what you entered. This is the pizza you got. You can't complain. That was his reasoning for it. I also think it saves him money. Doesn't have a high schooler answering phones,
Fucking it up.
not knowing how to say things, messing up. You know, I'm sure that him dealing with people writing things down wrong, he's had to deal with. But yeah, that's the only place. Otherwise, yeah, you just
There was one when I first moved to California. There was a place called New York Giant Pizza. It was right behind my house. They opened at like 10 in the morning, and they closed at 10 at night. And there was like three guys in there. I think they were related. I don't know what ethnicity they were. They were some type of brown.
well, it matters for the story. So
Well, I don't know if they were Turkish or if they were Lebanese, but they were
it
something
doesn't.
in that range.
Matter.
But super miserable on the phone. They did not take any online orders. There was no online system, no DoorDash, no Grub. You had to call them, and it was one of those places where like it was only the one dude on the phone. So if he was getting back, like you might not get on for 40 minutes because you'd be calling. It was the only. I haven't heard a busy signal in 20 years until I called this place, and then I finally heard a busy signal again. And every time the guy would pick up, be like, New York Giant Pizza. Hey man, can I get a pickup order? What do you want? Large cheese, pepperoni, mushroom, sausage. 22.50. See you in 30 minutes. No, like, see you later, thanks, good, nothing. No bedside manner at all. You show up at the place. The same miserable fuck that was on the phone is at the front counter. And every I would always test it. Like, if I give him $1 more as a tip this time, will it brighten up his smile and will I see his teeth? So I've realized that it took me $6 to finally see some teeth.
Nice. Did he use
So,
them?
so finally, after giving like probably 3 orders where I was giving him like $5, and then finally I gave him it was like a $6 tip, and then the next time I gave him like 7 and change. And after the $6 mark was when he started smiling while he handed the pizza.
So you're spending
Five or
$30,
five or less
for
dollars would not smile.
$30 for you to go and pick it up. That's absurd.
To walk
So it
to
makes it a
walk.
lot easier for me to cook at home.
Yeah, I mean, we all know that. I don't think that's any mystery to anybody. What I think is still evading people when it comes to the calorie equation, which I think is the only thing that matters when it comes to actual fat loss. It's either you're reducing calories in or you're increasing calories out. Those are really your only two choices. So you can do them at the same time. You can play with one, play with the other. But if you want to lose any appreciable amount of fat, that is the only way it's going to happen. How it happens is your choice. There's 1,000,001 roads that lead to Rome. It's just
And
a matter.
if you're not tracking, I don't want to spend all day talking about it. They all know it, but if they're not tracking intake, they could be like, I've increased my exercise and it's been 3 months, I'm not losing any weight. Yeah, because your increased exercise caused increased hunger. You're taking in more calories, and that's what people don't realize as well.
If you don't
if they're
track your
not
intake,
tracking.
right?
Yes, correct.
And that's where I think, like I was talking to you before we got online about Jordan Syatt's tirzepatide experiment, which I'm going to be replicating in September.
Just so you know, these are nice little THC beverages I'm having. I'm prepping for a run that I'm going to do. So this is my second one with you.
Do you run with THC in the system?
Yeah, half the time.
Sativa or indica?
Sativa.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
That, a little bit of caffeine.
That's probably why your pace time is getting better.
It's weird. The last one, that 5-miler one, I go out and I'm like, all right, just go slow because I want to get more time and more distance. I want to get used to how that feels. See if I can just I can just run
just
10
go.
miles if I want, So I'm like, all right, I'm going to do 5 miles, go slow. First mile gets done. It's like mile 1, whatever it talks to you.
Oh, you have it set to talk to you?
It just talks to me. Yeah. Like when I,
what do you use to track your runs?
That Map My Run. It keeps telling me I have to install a different app or I can't update this one. I'm like, I don't need to update it. So I'm just keeping it. So yeah, Map My Run. And then I turn my watch on, onto the fitness thing for the Apple Watch and say, outdoor run. So I get both going at the same time. So one of them is talking to me. I don't know which one I'm thinking.
And is your phone, where's your phone?
I bought a pack of compression shorts that have a pocket in the leg.
Oh, nice. Okay.
So I just put it in there. I can just reach through my shorts to put it in there. I do shorts over top. But yeah, and that's actually really nice. I had a little, a runner's waistband, like a fanny pack that's really tight, that stretches a bunch. So if you put a phone in, it fits. But that would shake and bounce too much. So the pocket on the compression shorts, I'll send you an Amazon link. Get yourself a pair. It's they're nice. And they're cheap. It's you probably spend 3-4 times that for Under Armour version. I'm like,
I'm sure
these are great. But yeah. So and then I had under a 9:20 pace on the first mile. I'm like, I feel like I'm not even moving right now.
It's crazy. Have you ran inside at all?
Oh, like a treadmill?
Yeah.
Not before, but not part of what I've been doing right now.
So
no.
But you do have access to Planet Fitness, right?
Well, I have my own treadmill. I have that curved one, the legit one.
Go and try one of the treadmills at Planet Fitness where you can actually set, because you can't set speed on yours.
Correct. I can't set speed.
So
but it's constantly telling me what my pace is or whatever. But so go to Planet Fitness and set it at a 9-10 minute mile or something.
Yeah, set it at a 12-minute mile.
Is it going to be hard as hell?
Which is 4-point-something miles an hour.
Okay.
Which essentially feels like a fast walk.
Yeah.
And this is where I think people fuck this up when they first start doing any type of endurance work. Because when you're outside, you don't understand how fast you're going unless you have some data to back it up.
Yeah.
And you feel like you're running slow. It's either it's very hard to find that middle ground of am I going too fast to where I can now obviously feel it in my heart rate and I'm getting really fatigued versus, wow, this is so pathetically slow, I'm not even getting anywhere. Most people are running faster than they think they are.
They're running too fast. Yeah, because by one, I had an 8:15 pace for 3 miles, and it was it was a struggle. I'm like, and that's not the kind of running I want to do.
No, you're you're in zone 4. You're in zone 4 at that point.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm running the 8-10 mile for 3 miles,
that's great.
I'm fine doing that if it feels like I'm doing it right now at 9:30 or 10. I don't care about the time. I care about that feeling of just I'm just chilling.
Where's your heart rate when you're running at that 8-minute mile?
I don't know. I don't have the strap, and I didn't. I know with the Apple Watch, if I say I'm doing a HIIT workout, the heart rate shows up. I might be able to pull up a history of it, but there's only a couple times I think the one run I checked,
because that's the other part. I think
otherwise it wasn't too bad.
I think the chest strap and having that data just being a little bit more accurate is nice to have, because you can actually start to correlate effort to heart rate.
Yeah.
And as opposed to just flying blind and just saying that was hard or that was easy or that was moderate, you can actually start to understand, if I'm in the 150s sustained, I don't want to be there. So I'll just explain this so any listener can be understanding this. not that it's bad to keep your heart rate in a higher place for longer. Like that's not a bad thing. It's actually, if anything, what it's doing is it's teaching it's cardiac resistance. It's cardiac stress like anything else. It's a good thing. But what it's doing is it's also creating a very high level of load and stress on the body, because your body's having to pump out cardiac output at that rate for that long. It's not what it's meant to do. So the problem that a lot of people have, which is what classically always stopped me from running, was blowing my load way too fucking early, running way too fast, and then stressing out the system. Because you got to think, like, the point of zone 2 and why zone 2 is so important is because you don't have to recover from it.
Yeah.
Like, you're actually getting a recovery benefit from doing the zone 2. It actually enhances blood oxygenation, mitochondrial health, the ability to partition and drive nutrients into cells, and it makes that process more efficient. So even when you're recovering between sets of lifting, you get better at it. But when you start challenging yourself unknowingly to be in those zone 4, zone 5 ranges for too long, you're now sitting in that sympathetic nervous system state all the time. So none of your runs are actually making you better at running. They're just making you more resilient to handling higher stress physiologically. And eventually you're going to hit a wall to where you're not recovering from any of it.
Yeah.
So I think the best course of action for anybody that's trying to like get into running, even if you suck at it, is be okay with being wildly slow.
Yeah, when you
Like,
said that, I think that was a big one when you had said that, either on a podcast or a post. And I was like, yeah, that's my problem, is that I'm like, all right, I'll get this pace early. And it's like, all right, I gotta keep this pace. Like, I want somebody to drive by and it looks like I'm running, not like I'm disabled, you know? Like, it's like, what's he even bothering? His one foot's going 6 inches in front of the other foot. He's just like, so I think that was part of it too, of wanting to look like at least have a decent pace. And then I remember you saying that and I was like, yeah, just take that approach. Just
it
go
helps.
wildly slow. And now not 9:30 is wildly slow for me. I adapt unbelievably quick. Less than 2 weeks. I mean,
But that's what I'm saying though. If you walk into Planet Fitness the next time you go in, hop on a treadmill and just bang out like a mile or two, and do it at like a 4.5 mile per hour pace, which is about
yeah.
12 minutes per mile. I mean, dude, you're gonna feel like you're essentially like walking fast to catch a train. Like that's what you're gonna feel like. But that's, if you look at, again, I've talked to people.
It's
Like
like
I've
when a
talked
car's come. It's like when I'm in a crosswalk and a car's coming. I
Yeah.
call it fake. I call it fake jog. It's not any
Yes.
faster than the pace I was at, but I just start to bounce like I'm jogging. I go fake jog.
Exactly.
Even like my son, anybody who like I cross streets a lot with, they know, and even Hendrix will be like fake jog.
Yep. That's exactly.
It's the fake
Because
jog.
I talked to like Jameson about it, and I talked to Alyssa Olenek about it, and I've talked to some people that are like, marathon runners, ultra marathoners, ultra runners. All the good runners, most of their work is done in that 4.5 to 5.5 mile an hour pace. Like if they're running, let's say they're doing 40 or 50 miles a week, a bulk of their running load is in that really, really slow, low intensity run. That's why they can handle that duration, but they also have the capability of being able to turn it up. Let's say they're doing
Different
20 miles.
gears.
Yeah, they can switch gears immediately, watch their heart rate go up, monitor the ceiling of their heart rate because they have a number in their head.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not going to go above 155, whatever that equates to per mile pace. Hit that ceiling, keep it at that ceiling for however long they need to catch back up to the crowd if they're doing a race. And then they know how to back it back down to save themselves for the next burst. Whereas I think a lot of amateur or beginner runners, everything is based off of perceived effort, but there's no data to back it up because you don't have any basis of comparison. So if you start to gather some of this data and actually throw it in front of yourself and be like, okay, cool, I feel good anywhere between 135 and 150. Like I can maintain that for hours if I had to.
Yeah.
But if you were to ask me to run at like 155 or 160 heart rate, now I'm running like an 850 pace. That I'm not going to be able to sustain for more than a mile or two. And that's going to impact the distance and the duration that I'm able to be on my feet, which is also impacting my potential for how many miles I can add to my runs. Because I'm sure you heard of like the rule of 10, which is basically just never add more than 10% of your running volume per week. So like if you're running 10 miles, don't run more than 11 next week. Don't run more than 11 and a half the week after.
Yeah.
So it's always adding 10 or less % per week.
Yeah.
I actually find that it makes more sense for especially people like us who tend to be more muscular and just bigger and more inefficient, 5 to 8% max. And what I also
Yeah, I
think
took big jumps.
it's been, and you can certainly listen. I mean,
But now I'm chilling. Like I'm
we're
not sore at all. My calves hurt the first week
now
every
you're
day.
fine.
Now it's like I did 5 miles yesterday and feel nothing. I'm like,
So
that's exciting for me. I'm like,
I
you
still
know,
feel. I mean, are you doing any type of stretching, foam rolling, any type of
no, not
prehab
like I
stuff
should.
for the?
No, I should be.
You're
I
just
should be like after the one longer one. I should have probably stretched. I'll do like a little bit of calf stretching, but I'm not doing anything. Nothing
nothing to
set for
prep
that.
for the run.
I usually just walk for like maybe a quarter mile and then just start going.
Okay.
Um,
Again, not a recommendation I would make for your average person. Like I would tell them,
correct. I'm
but,
superhuman though. It's
but
different.
you're also not sitting on your ass all day like most people.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still getting my lifts in. I definitely like to sit. I mean, this time of year, I love like this morning. I was laying out in my backyard from like 10 a.m. to 1. I'm just like, this is beautiful. Did some laundry, rearranged. I put a bigger bed in Hendrix's room. Went back out laying out. So I'm definitely doing some sitting around. But yeah, I'm getting my lifts in.
Yeah.
And it was something I posted about last week. It's such a difference. Like I think you're kind of taking Thursdays off from stuff, right? Are you trying to keep your Thursdays a little bit more free?
As far as work,
Yeah, so you can have like a day where you're able to just do nothing.
yeah, like one day a month, I'm kind of doing like a hooky day.
Okay. Well, it's like
Um, not
it's so
super
nice.
routine.
Yeah, it's so nice when you do all the things you have to do. And then when it's time to relax, it's like you can actually just relax. I mean, this is one of the things that has just been so clear to me lately, how much time and subtle anxiety and thought energy goes towards like, all right, what time am I going to work out? I'm going to do this and just
Like
fucking get the workout done.
like the to dos.
Yeah, like I gotta get this in. I don't feel like doing it right now, so you kind of put it off. You do other things, and it's just sitting there. You're thinking about it, and you're like, let me just relax a little bit. I'll do it later. But then during the relaxing, you can't really relax because you're still thinking, what time am I going to get this workout in, or get that done, or take care of this paperwork, or whatever it might be. It's such a difference to be able to like relax on a Saturday or a Sunday. It's like I got all 4 of my workouts in. I got the runs in that I wanted to do. I ate all my food the way I was supposed to.
Yeah.
And it's like you can truly actually relax. I don't think I realized how much of my relaxing was still thinking about, I still got to do that later.
Yeah,
It's been interesting.
the anticipatory to dos that are preventing you from really disconnecting and shutting down.
Yeah. Like really thoroughly being able to enjoy it. So it's just so nice when you get that stuff done. Or like you just know, hey, at this time I'm doing that. And I'm going to chill now. There's nothing I can do until that time. I'm going to enjoy this downtime. But like when you actually stick to the time that you said, you actually get your stuff done for the week, you can actually relax. It's nice. I feel like a lot of people are just not sticking to things, and there's just that subtle anxiety, and then they avoid it by maybe whatever, over relaxing, quote unquote, sitting on the couch, eating snacks, whatever it might be. Because they're not sticking to any structure. They're not following through with what they say they're going to do. So they don't really get to fully enjoy relaxing.
Yeah, I could see that being a problem for a lot of folks that tend to be to doers and kind of plugging away at the mundane adult things that we're supposed to all be doing all the time.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, like, I don't really think of that stuff anymore as like I have 4 pounds of ground chicken I have to cook at some point today. It's there. I have work I have to do. The second we're off this call, I'll go throw 4 pounds of ground chicken into a fucking saucepan, and while I'm doing check-ins, I'll be checking on the chicken and multitasking that. But like, I don't know. I guess I don't stress about that stuff anymore. Like if I have to clean the house and run a broom over to the floor, like okay, 20 minutes. Like I know how
Do
long
you,
all
do
this
you
stuff.
use a broom?
I broom and then I wet mop.
Nice. Look
Or
at
I'll,
you.
if I
I got the little like cordless thing I vacuum
if
with.
I was
Just
gonna
the
say
big
if I
one.
want to be really thorough, I'll get the vacuum out because I have all the dog hair.
Yeah.
That tends to be a little bit more complete. And it feels more satisfying because I could see all the hair collect in the actual chamber,
Yeah.
which is nice because, I mean, shit.
Yeah.
Especially right now with the summer, they're shedding all their fucking coats and it's just bad. But
How's your
yeah, I mean,
summer?
what is it?
How's your
How is it?
summer?
It's good, man.
Yeah.
It's Ben and Brooklyn are coming here next week,
Yeah. Yeah, he'll be
so they're
down
gonna
here the
yeah
following week.
they're gonna be here Thursday through Saturday. So we got some shit planned with them, and then saw Creed and Daughtry last week on Wednesday night. That was sick, dude. Scott Stapp is a fucking beast, man.
Yeah.
He's a beast. He's just he like that guy is such evidence of anybody is capable of a rebound at any point. Like his voice sounds better than ever. His stage
Hold
presence
me now.
is so fucking good. He's jacked. He's in
He
great
looks good. He
shape.
looks healthy.
He
Yeah.
looks super healthy. The band looks awesome. Everybody's still original. Daughtry was great. Daughtry did some covers. He did. I think he's got a song out on one of his new albums. He covers the Journey song "Separate Ways."
I'd
You
have
know
to
that
hear
song,
it.
right?
I'm so bad with song names. I'd have to hear it.
Someday love will find you.
Find you.
Break those
Yeah.
chains that bind you. Like he covers that song and he makes
Ooh,
it
how
really
sexy. You should.
like a metal song. That was
Yeah.
awesome. So like I'm trying to spend a little bit more time living the life that I think a lot of people want to live because I want to showcase that you can have some balance and
You got to
still be able
show
to.
that on your social media, man. Show your life a little bit. I know you don't like to show personal stuff.
I mean, I do. I talk about all that stuff and I tend to try to showcase enough of it. But like at the end of the day, well, you and I are at a place where we've been doing this for so long where balance isn't really all that difficult anymore. Like we don't have to like go
No.
out of our way to try to balance any of this stuff. It just kind of is how we live. Whereas so many people have been out of balance, always trying to be in this achievement phase consistently to where the habits were just never really ever cemented in their life. So they're always clawing
Yeah.
uphill. Whereas for us, like,
Yeah, and then they don't have the evidence that it works because they haven't done it for long enough. I like to remind people of that when we talk about choosing discomfort. And it's at the beginning, unless you've ever really worked out or pushed yourself and all of that, you have zero evidence to know that you're really going to feel awesome after a workout because you pushed yourself too hard, you felt like shit. You're like, this is awful. And the scale was up the next day. This makes no sense. It's like, oh, you can explain why it might
yeah,
be up after a tough workout. So their evidence is this sucks and this was awful. And I felt bad about myself and I felt bad physically the next day. And why would I do this? So it does take time to create that evidence so that in my example, not working out for over a year, I know it's going to be hard to make this change because I'm breaking habits that I've been in. I'm tracking now. I'm not in the habit of tracking. I'm not in the habit of like working out this many days a week, but it's like, I know how I'm going to end up feeling. And I know that I have to remind myself I just got to show up because I have that evidence bank in my mind. And then once you get through that pocket, then you're good.
do you have any concerns now that you're, I wouldn't say like you're full throttle pedal to the metal, but you're 180 degrees now from where you were last summer? Do you have
Yeah.
any fears that that's going to come to like a crashing halt or
Rebound.
that?
No, because I'm not like I'm not overly social. I don't go out with a bunch of friends, things like that. Tomorrow is going to be like my first second social thing with like just getting together with guys, getting food. Outside of that, if it is something social, obviously it's disco biscuits. I
Yep.
mean, that's going to be a social few days if they're playing a
Sure.
few nights back to back and you got some stuff to do. And I'll eat what I'm going to eat. I'm not sitting there. I don't have to stay so on track that it's going to create some rebound. Like if I feel like getting some wings today, I'll get wings. If
I
I
don't.
don't, I don't.
So I
I'm
guess
gonna.
I guess I don't mean the rebound, but you know what I mean. Like you went from basically not working out at all
So
for
me
what,
hitting like a physical wall,
like 16 months. You basically did jack shit.
at least.
Whereas like
Correct.
I could not imagine a scenario in my life to where I wouldn't train for 16 months.
Yeah.
But then,
It
but
was
then again,
nice.
I didn't go through the shit that you went through. I didn't go through
Yeah.
the stressors that you had to go through. I have a lot less resistance in my way than most people do.
I just didn't, yeah, I got to that place where I'm like, I just don't care. And I'm thinking about and working on
And
other
that, but is
things.
that
And
truly what it
I
was?
know one day I will.
Because that's important,
I
right,
think,
Jimmy? Like a lot of people don't want to admit that they don't care as much as they used to. So
oh,
was
yeah,
it?
no, it was flat
Was it?
out like, I just don't care
You
about
just didn't
this.
give a shit.
Yeah.
That's it.
I didn't give a shit.
Like
Yeah.
you
And
had the
it
time.
was
You had the time.
100% had the time.
You had the
In the
time.
summertime, I mean,
You
last
had the
summer I
time.
worked out maybe 5 times.
But you had the
Like
time.
off all day.
You had the energy.
Yeah.
So the
Yeah.
only thing that was really holding you back was I just don't give a shit.
I just don't care. Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't
And
care.
I think,
It
but
was
like
like
that's
almost like this body acceptance phase that I feel like I needed to go through, like as my body's getting worse, and then just me, the inner work type stuff, figuring things out and just going like, yeah, my body's not it's the worst it's been in years, and I'm okay with it. And it doesn't matter what people think of me. It doesn't matter if I'm obviously creating a story that I think somebody else thinks something of me. If they saw me on their shirt, and I just kind of released all that stuff. And so I think it was a necessary phase. I think some people they could benefit from understanding that certain phases. Hey, this sucks. You can say you're a failure all day, but this might be a necessary phase as part of your evolution. So just make sure it's a phase and not a forever.
now it's during that time there was still focus on self development in other areas.
Correct. And I still have my staples in the way I ate, like my breakfast and like that. My day would always kind of start similar. We talked about that on here plenty of times. Like my staples caused me to not gain 30, 40 pounds. I
Right.
mean, the majority of my hours of my day were still healthy eating. It would just be snacking at night, alcohol, not moving, not lifting, that kind of a thing.
So calorie expenditure down, calorie intake slightly unmonitored and up, but not
Yeah.
egregiously high. You didn't go from a really nice place or a really good controlled place to completely hog wild.
Correct. Yeah, like I wasn't getting donuts and things like that for breakfast now. It wasn't this I don't care about myself at all. It was
Yeah.
I don't care about lifting. I don't care about having to track everything. I want to drink. I want to snack. And I was fully aware of that at the time. And then it got to the point where I then started to be upset with my body, and I then recognized I'm upset with my body now, not because of how it looks, but because how I'm treating it. And that was like when it kind of clicked of I'm not feeling good about myself physically simply because of how I'm treating it. And I need to get back into doing it so that I'm not talking negatively about myself. I'm actually feeling better. I'm feeling proud of myself, so I had my concerns getting to coach again and being like, God, just don't fucking want to quit after 2 weeks, and then you get that check in 1 month and this is when motivation fades. And I was like, it hasn't faded at all. I'm just thoroughly enjoying it.
Was that the catalyst for change? Because I think it's an important distinction also to make for folks that are listening. Is that you weren't so much unhappy with the aesthetic of what happened over that year and a half of neglect, more so than it was how you actually felt physically. Like more sluggish, more tired, less motivated, less inspired, less whatever, energetic, less vivacious,
Yeah, it
less
was all that. Yeah. But I think it's key. Like what I think a lot of times you're not liking about yourself is the way you're treating yourself.
yeah,
I think if people can kind of tap into that, maybe they'll push a little bit more for a little bit longer versus quitting so quick. Because when it's just the body and you don't see the change, it's just so easy to quit. But if it's, I don't like how I'm treating myself, why would you quit that and go back to not treating yourself well?
yeah,
So it's like, keep going. What you didn't like was how you treated yourself, which I do think is the case for most people. It's like they're like feeling like a failure because of their decisions. Oh, I did that again. I drank again. I ate all that ice cream. I ate all that. I'm so fat, I'm a loser, I'm a failure, blah, blah, blah. Like those are all the symptoms of I don't like how I'm treating myself.
Yeah.
Those are all the thoughts, but we're just looking at it like just our body and I need results quick or I'm going to quit.
So, with where you're at right now, to give people some hope and maybe some actionable, practical advice, do you have an end date in mind as far as the current protocol, or are you going to continue tracking food? Are you going to continue training, running?
Yeah, I want to go through some different phases and see how it is. Like I plan on sticking around with Ben, and we'll see how this kind of lower calorie phase. I'm only like a couple weeks into this lower calorie thing. Um, give it a month or so, but I'm also gonna see how I feel. If I get back to work, back to school, and teaching, and it's like, all right, I'm a little drained, I'll adjust things. I'll
Yeah.
change things around. This is definitely more. There's no like I want to get super lean goal. There's no anything like that. But at a certain point, that might become a thing. Like, you know what? Fuck it. Let's like see what happens. Let's try to
Yeah.
get thick skin thin. Like I'm getting a prep, not to get a photo shoot, not to get on stage, but like to out of the curiosity of like
Yep.
what would that be like? But I don't know if I'll ever want to feel that way because I'm not. But like we talked, it's all experiment. Like you talking about the tirzepatide, it's all an experiment. See how you respond, see what you think, and yeah, just mess around, be curious.
Well,
So
it's
right
nice that you
now,
don't.
no goal, no end sight. The goal is just to keep showing up, get to the next trading block, see how the movements change, feel good, get out for runs, and just like be. Because I do, it's like I want to live a certain way, and then my body's going to reflect that.
Well, that and that's the and
Not
that's
just
the
look like I'm in the gym.
and that's such a powerful message to appreciating the stuff that you're doing versus expecting the stuff that you're doing to create an outcome. Like I'm in the
Yeah,
same boat as you are. Like I don't give a shit if I get any stronger, any more muscular, any faster.
yeah.
Like I'm just enjoying the process of like I'm training 6 days a week right now regularly. 3 days of lifting, 3 days of
When you
running.
say training, okay, gotcha.
Like I'm just basically doing
I was wondering
push.
if you meant just lifting, but
No, like three
yeah.
days of
I'm
running,
sorry. It looks. I think our mics are going.
3 days
Okay.
of lifting, 3 days of running, and food has been really good. I mean, even like on the weekends, I'm certainly giving myself some more room for play, and I am tracking all of my intake, even just estimating my meals out. And like, let's say for example, like the other day, I had I don't know, I think it was a regular bag of popcorners. Like I ate the whole. I think it's 7 servings is in a bag, so I weighed everything that I ate. Obviously, overconsumed by shit, probably 2,000 calories that day. But that's where I think people really miss the mark is like, and granted, again, we've been on this journey for so fucking long that we don't care. We're not unhappy with how we look. We're not, and especially now, you're not unhappy with how you feel. So you can keep doing what you're doing forever and it wouldn't make any fucking difference. But I think it's hard to watch people disconnect from the process completely. And I have such a tough time relating to that because even in April, after the event, when I stopped tracking my food, and I became a little bit more lackadaisical and less structured about my training. It's not like I completely stopped. It's not like my egg breakfast turned into cereal or pastries, and
Correct. Yeah.
lunch turned into tacos, and dinner was fuck it, and training was non-existent one week and 3 days the next week. Like there was still always a little bit of regularity in everything. I have such a, like I have so many people that I work with and that I've worked with in the past, when they disconnect, it's just like a hard stop. And I just don't understand why people do that because when I do that, I just immediately, within 24 to 48 hours, I don't feel well. Every
Yeah.
system of my body gets negatively impacted by that. My cognitive function goes to shit. I don't fucking get excited for any day of the week anymore. Like I'm not waking up with any level of pizzazz or excitement. I'm not pleasant.
Yeah.
I'm way more emotionally reactive. Everything fucking hurts. Sleep
Judgy.
sucks. What?
Yeah.
yeah, just everything
It's
just
a
sucks.
judgy. Like I know I'll
Yeah,
get that way. Like this person.
right. Like I get cunty. Like that's what happens. I just get fucking cunty.
Yeah.
Whereas like when I'm taking care of myself, everything's a little bit brighter. Everything feels a little bit better. Everything's a little bit more present, pleasant. Things that suck don't suck as bad. So I just don't like. I guess it's very like even, and this is definitely one of my bad qualities as a coach. Like what make like if you were to say like what are my good qualities as a coach and what are my bad ones, one of the worst qualities I have as a professional in this industry is that I have such a tough time relating to people that just completely shut off. Because I've been
Yeah.
through bad circumstances in my life, whether they were financial, emotional, whatever. Like I know what dark days feel like and dark situations feel like. And even during those times, I didn't completely just forego training and forego eating well. I wouldn't be as attentive to it as I am now, but I was probably slightly above where you were last year. Like whereas you were like maybe I worked out 5 times in the summer. Maybe out of, if I normally work out 20 times a month, maybe I was down to 10. So I cut it in half, but I didn't remove it. There's people that I've talked to in the last few weeks who haven't checked in with me in a month and a half, who haven't worked out period in a month and a half. And it's my only question is why? Like what? Like
Yeah. I
I
mean, they might be in the same place that I was, and they're not necessarily recognizing why, or the necessity of it, or um, they just might not be fully recognizing that, and they're just like, I don't know. There's just so much going on, and I think it's I don't know. There's some lack of self awareness, self investigation. It's
yeah,
worth those people like
it's
digging into it and then reflecting on, hey, how does this? I mean, I don't know. I mean, yeah, it's. I understand it. I went through it. I understand it. Um, but I also always knew in the back of my head I'm not going to stay this way. It definitely lasted way longer than I thought, and there was a few times where I'm like, all right, I'm getting back to it, and 2 weeks of track, and then I was done. And it was absolutely alcohol driven the vast
really
majority of the time. Where it's Friday night. Now I want to have a couple drinks, and I just be here, have a couple drinks. And it's not like drinking every night. It's not getting hammered, not having hangovers, but it's enough to numb me. It was enough to like wake up the next day feeling unmotivated. You got the squirts. You're just like, I just need one good day. And then, there's a little bit left in that bottle. I got the small bottle, so I don't do. I might as well just finish that tonight so it's out of the house. And then it's like Monday rolls around. You're just like, fuck this. So I think that was the biggest thing since cutting that out. It's been so much easier.
yeah. And that's the thing is I've never been a regular drinker. Like I think that's always been definitely a positive. Like I'm certainly have binge drinking tendencies. There's no doubt about that, and I like to
Yeah.
party.
You're
But
not having drinks at home on a Friday. It's an event. You're having drinks.
I don't even have booze in the house. Period. Like if you open my fridge,
Yeah.
I have two THC seltzers that I bought 3 months ago that I was trying to experiment with, and they've sat in the fridge for that long. Somebody brought over like these little espresso martini cans, which I just threw out the other day because I didn't touch them. There's no wine in the house. There's no beer in the fridge. There's
Yeah.
no hard alcohol in the cupboards.
I
There's
think
nothing.
that's I think that's for a lot of people probably where a lot of their issues come from. It all goes back to that stuff of like, how are you coping and we're escaping way more. I think people are probably, when they go to alcohol way more than they realize, they're unwinding with that. That just completely destroys any motivation to do anything.
And is that what you
There's
think it really is? Do you
no
think it's
doubt
just
about it.
like, I mean, I guess because when I drank a lot
Well,
and
there's
when I
other
partied,
root things. Yeah, I think there's root things that lead to that, but I think most people who are really struggling with this and fall off, there's alcohol behind it. I'd be very surprised if somebody completely falls off and there's no alcohol involved in this
because
scenario.
I'm trying to equate it back to like my 20s and my 30s when I was drinking 4 nights a week and partying all the time. The only glue that I had was nutrition and fitness. Like my life was such a fucking
Yeah, but
disaster.
you're not a 40-something year old mom with like I need you in your life. I mean, it's like
Yeah,
it's just there's a lot different than when you're 20 and it's like, all right, yeah, I'm partying and I can still show people that I'm jacked. They're like, whatever the mindset was,
Yeah.
that was your escape. You had nothing else but work and going to the gym and going out drinking. I could absolutely see somebody just overwhelmed with the kids at home, the bills, the responsibility, the broken relationship that they're in, and it's
Well, I
too
guess
much.
I guess that to me is where, like, right, like let's unpack that for a second. Let's say you are the busy, overwhelmed mom, and you have the two kids, and the two kids are demanding, and let's say you do have a relationship that isn't wildly fulfilling, or a job that isn't wildly fulfilling. So you got two problems. Would fitness and nutrition still not be like a great anchor to lean into to remedy the stress of those two issues? Whereas, like, for me, I didn't like my job and I partied all the time, but I justified partying all the time and hating my life by at least showing up nutritionally and fitness wise. So it's like, can people use some of their
But I
hardships?
would say, because are these people that you're describing or thinking of specifically, are these people with a history of training? Like they've done it for years?
Well, I guess that's the problem, right? I had that history,
Yeah.
and they don't.
Yeah. You
And
had
yeah,
that history, you had that
yeah,
drive. Yes. So now you take somebody who's never trained, they're dealing with all this stuff and they're trying to add training to it. And a
yeah,
couple months
yeah,
in, it all feels very overwhelming. What are you going to get rid of? Your family, your job, your bills, your husband?
yeah,
It's like, no, this is this new thing that just feels too heavy for me to have to do every day with all the other shit. So that's why,
yeah. Especially
if the
because you're
person
not
has no
feeling the
history
immediate
with it.
benefit of it yet.
Yeah, yeah. So I mean, I think that's like the conversation of like, did you having those conversations of did you enjoy when you were going? What about it caused stress? I just felt like I didn't have enough time in the day. Okay, and it's like and kind of unpacking those things and helping to maybe create a better schedule, but to notice what did you like about it? Did you
Yeah,
feel better? Did you sleep better? Were you digesting better? What? And if the person's like honestly nothing, then oh, that's your answer. Okay, fine, that's fine.
yeah. You
You know,
hated it.
just like
Yeah,
you don't understand them, they can't understand you going to the gym 6 days a week. You know, it's
yeah,
I get it, but if there's things they liked, it's just that reminder of that. And were you in a
yeah.
better mood? Did you feel like it was easier to handle relationships and things like that when you were working out? Um, but yeah, obviously that's my
I wish
first
we were able
that's the
to
big weight.
determine scientific epidemiological standards for how long to stay in a pattern or in a protocol for until it starts to bear fruit. You know what I mean? Like, I wish there was a science behind, hey, if you train 3 days a week for the next 15 weeks, you may not see the physical benefit of it visibly in the mirror, but you're going to gain all of the cognitive benefits, all the resilience benefits, all of the emotional regulation benefits, and that alone will be the reason why you stick with it. Or if you improve your nutrition by XYZ marker and you stick with it for 60 days, this is how much better you're going to feel. Like, I wish we had those standards so that we can set people up because it's
Not
going to
fair.
vary from person to person, and it's going to vary on their level
Yeah,
of
it still
involvement and
happens
compliance.
relatively. It still happens relatively quick, I think.
Yeah.
Seeing benefits, but people aren't seeing the benefits because they're not looking for those things. They're
Well,
looking at the
they're
scale.
not feeling. They want to see, but they're not feeling. Yeah, that's the problem.
Correct. Or
Is
even
like
if
we.
they're feeling it, they're not
Yeah.
even recognizing it sometimes. Like they did get through their day better. And it's like they didn't even recognize it because they found the one thing that pissed them off that day. And it's like, now my day still sucked. Or they might be sleeping better, but it's like they're still laying in bed at the same time and waking up at the same time, not realizing how their energy or their cravings or what they have a craving once, in a day, and it used to be 3 times in a day, and they're still like, why do I have this craving? There's improvements if people are really paying attention, but
That's a good
most
point.
people I don't think really pay attention because they're so hyper focused on one thing.
Yeah, that's a good
Like
point.
how other people start saying something to you like, dude, you look good, and you're like, I haven't noticed any difference.
Yeah.
So like other people, yeah, could potentially notice it. I mean, I have a neighbor friend who ran into her out, and she was saying she's always kind of like wanted to get back in shape. She's done challenges that I've run in the past, And she was just telling me how she cut out alcohol this summer, like after July 4th, and how much better she feels. And that was like a big part of her identity. And like she even posted, it was like, I don't think she realized this was the most vulnerable thing about this sentence, but she just gave some information about how her blood work's gotten better. She's not drinking, and like how her face looks different, losing weight, all this stuff. And then the final thing on there was, I'm still fun, guys. Something like that. Like that's the insecurity. That's why people hang on to drinking, because they're afraid their friends are going to be like, come on, man, you're not fun anymore, or whatever it might be. So that last sentence was actually the most vulnerable sentence. I don't think that she realized it. And, but yeah, just cutting out the drinking and seeing all the changes, it's almost instant.
Yeah.
I forget what my point was bringing that up as an analogy.
No, I mean, I think that was the point. That was an excellent point, is that we're not looking, like, most people are not trained to zoom out or see this stuff with the perspective that we have, because we've watched so many people transform over the years, including ourselves. We know what to look for and why to look for it, whereas most people are still looking at the scale, or they're still looking at visible physical changes in the mirror, which are very hard to come by. And especially if you're like recomping and you're like, in that middle weight range where you don't have a lot of fat, but you don't have a lot of muscle, like you're not going to see an appreciable amount of change unless you really eyeball it and look for it.
Well, what's wild is that in like my update photos that I had to submit, I was supposed to do them every week. I did it like every 3 weeks, 4 weeks, whatever it was. I didn't really even notice the change. Like I knew that there was some change. I was like, oh, it's getting a little bit better, but I didn't really notice. And then I look at the pictures that I had to submit, and I was like, and I put them side by side with the originals. Like, holy shit!
Yeah,
like it really changed. I didn't even see it. I'm like, the scale's barely moving, but I was like, this is crazy. Like my neck looked longer. I had abs. The love handles were like not bulging out. They just kind of came down from my lats and straight down. It didn't like fully taper. One day.
Yeah.
But yeah, even I was surprised seeing the pictures. I was like, holy shit. So yeah, if I didn't submit pictures to my coach, I don't know when I would have noticed it, but it's like I had not even close. In my mind, that was not that big of a difference. And then I have the pictures, and I'm like, Jesus, like this was one I pulled up for you, buddy. I mean, this is
Oh wow,
it's tough to see.
No, I can see. I mean, it's a very. I mean,
it's tough to see on there. I mean, it'll be like when it's better detail, whatever. But I mean, it's like the tape, my chest, how it's like it was pointing down more. Then now it's like more lifted, but to be able to like have abs, literally standing up straighter.
Yeah.
My shoulder pain, which I thought like I'm never going to shoulder press again. I'm like, that's some movements I'll feel it, but drastically better. Yeah.
Yeah.
It feels good.
Well, I'll make sure to get the full scoop from Ben when I see him next week.
He didn't tell me this, but I have a feeling I'm his favorite client. I think
you probably are.
It's like I have to be, right?
I mean,
not these athlete clients who get on stage and win competitions. They're not fun.
No, fuck them. Fuck them. It's the middle-aged dad finding himself again that he wants to work with.
That's right. And then I'm gonna get to hang out with him. I think we're going to a Phillies game.
Oh, sick. Yeah. Okay. You get to see Jim Ferris tomorrow. You get to see Ben Mayfield Smith next week. Look at you.
Yeah.
I signed up for Mike Milner's collective.
Did you the 2-day thing or the monthly collective?
The monthly thing, but I'm going to go to the Miami event in October as well.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I have to.
Is that like a Thursday, Friday?
It's a Friday, Saturday, but it's definitely a skill set that I'm not good at. So it's definitely, and I know how good Mike is at it and how good those guys are at it. So
yeah,
it's definitely something I want to polish and get better at, because there's got to be a little bit of growth at this point. Like I'm not that I'm unhappy with where I'm at, but I'm also 41. And I got to start thinking about what life's going to look like at 70. And
Yeah.
I'll physically certainly be able to run circles around everybody by then, but am I going to have the fucking money to do it?
Yeah. Yeah. I'll start supplementing your income. I'll send you $10K a month just to help you out.
You got to worry about you and your kid.
It's no big deal. What's that?
I said, you got to worry about you and your kid. Can you not hear me?
Yeah, dude, this is just. Yeah, it's just it couldn't hear you for a second, and then it's like a little bit delayed. It seems right now, but
I feel like
probably
towards the
wrap
end
up
of our
anyway.
calls
People
we
are tired
get
of hearing
delayed.
us. Yeah, I don't know what it is. I mean, the whole thing, it says we're 99% uploaded. Seems fine. My internet's fine.
Yeah, it's like once we get past the 55-minute recording mark, we start getting delayed. I noticed that in the last couple of podcasts we did.
It's weird.
Maybe Riverside just wants us to fuck off.
Computer.
All right.
Maybe.
Well,
Time to leave Riverside.
Yeah, maybe go back to Zoom.
I don't think we accomplished. Yeah, screw this. I don't think we accomplished anything. Nipple. But yeah, man, it was good seeing you.
It was good seeing you too. Look.
Oh, look at the
Luba.
little puppy.
Stop it.
Playing with his chin sack. Is he like hardcore trained?
She's got a vagina.
Whatever it is. Sweet.
She's not transitioning. She identifies as a woman.
That's good. Just you are then.
She's not a Dober man. She's a Dober woman.
I just asked if she was trained. Like if you like snap your fingers, is she like hardcore trained, moderately trained, untrained?
What do you want to see?
Whatever you want to show me.
Luba, here. Can you? Thank you. Can you sit? Okay.
He's like, yeah, I could sit. And then I could sit, and then I could lay down too. That's very impressive.
She doesn't. I don't whistle, so she doesn't respond to whistling. Luba, come here. Come here. Dear.
She's like, why?
Can you give me a kiss?
Oh, you're gonna have to go to YouTube to see his cute little puppy dog, full-grown, untransitioned female dog.
Untransitioned.
This might be our lamest episode yet.
I think it's the best episode I've ever had. All right. Well, I'm gonna go cook chicken.
I think I got a bag of defrosted chicken that needs to be cooked as well. So I'm gonna chop mine up, season it, throw it in the Blackstone. Chop up veggies if I have them. If not, I got the microwave bags, man.
That's what I have. Making it easy.
I like it.
All right.
We'll try to get the Poconos or something going on in the fall, man.
Fall, September, October, November are going to be tough.
We'll talk later.
Yeah.
Never mind.
All right.
See you next year. I know I'm going to have to fly out there to visit. I know you're not coming out here.
Yeah, fuck these.
Bye.